Ich streame aus dem Mund auf dem Zweitkanal. So. Weil das nämlich die einfachste Möglichkeit ist, das Ganze aufzunehmen, ohne meinen Speicher voll zu müllen und ohne das auf die PS4-Speicher zu schreiben, weil die PS4-HDD ist eh schon viel zu überlastet durch das Game. Deswegen streame ich das einfach auf meinem Zweitkanal. Das passt dann. Ja. Boah, geh mal auf Klo. Die ist halt echt die Frage. Mach ich hier vorher nochmal die Quests? Ich weiß es nicht. Ja, da, kurz auf Klo. Servus, bin ich wieder. Ja, dann. Komm, mein Bre. Ist der immer noch kaputt? Nee, nicht mehr. Okay. War vielleicht nur ein Bug oder so. Keine Ahnung. von dem Moment, wo der wirklich richtig kaputt war. Lager der Stock. Jo. Ja, Mann. Schon krass. Nicht so ein Gefühl, wo ich selten war bisher. Na ja, guck mal. Komplett neu. Wird gerade aufgedeckt, als ich hier durchgeflogen bin. Jo, Digga. Was? Neue Quest. Als wenn noch eine neue Quest ist. Oh no.
You said something about rewarding me? You don't have to. Regala had to be stopped.
That battle was almost the end of me and my partner Sosek. During the fighting, I was surrounded by rebels just as I saw a machine about to strike him down. Then your bomb fell from the sky and you were saved. We all were. I can't properly repay you for what you did, but I can offer you something.
You really don't need to.
Honor is payment enough for any warrior, I know, but Greenshine will buy more blades. I discovered a cache of it inside a cave on a mountain to the southwest of here, right at the edge of the desert. It's guarded by machines, but if you can fly in and bomb them as you did in the battle, you can claim the Greenshine for yourself.
I might give it a try. Do you want me to bring some back to you?
No. It's for you, all of it. The least I can give you for saving Sosek's life. I only wish I could be there to see you swoop from the sky and claim it.
Cache of Greenshine could come handy.
Wo? Das ist jetzt die große Frage. Digga, was? Oh. Da. Okay. Na gut, aber das, nee.
Sounds like I'll have to fly up there. Down from the clouds to make the a lot easier.
Lol. Dann ja da, hä? Ich bin hier echt froh, dass ich mittlerweile so einen Mount habe. Weil Schnellreisen ist echt lame, aber... Hinter dem Berg noch, ha? Nee. Einmal kurz... Ich mal kurz das Gerücht an hier.
A squad of young ones recently returned to Scalding Spear, our main settlement just west of here. Apparently, they lost a soldier to machines during a training mission in no man's land. Just goes to show that the wilds can be just as dangerous to the east as they are here. Be careful.
Will do.
Musik im Metall. Oh. Wo? Ach, innen, okay. Im Brennsperr. Ja. Ich bin jetzt hier.
I should check up on her when I can.
So. Hm? Ja, da. Auf wie geht's? Ja, es hat einfach noch nicht alles geladen, Leute. Ich bin zu schnell.
Maybe it's time to get everyone together so Tilda can brief us. All right,
Auf geht's!
control room, right away. Okay, everyone. We all know what's at stake. Beta, Gaia. Not to mention life on Earth. Now, it might seem like the Zeniths are invincible, but they're not. We've got what it takes to break into their base
Jawohl, gut, hallo.
and defeat them. Have one of them on our side. Tilda, show us the base.
It is constructed atop the ruins of an ancient military facility on an island to the southwest. I can get us inside. To this location. Undetected.
How exactly?
You'll know when you need to. Once inside, our goal will be this structure. The launch tower. Gaia and Beta are being held at the top. But along the way, we will face overwhelming resistance. Most importantly, but also...
Once I take away their shields, we should be able to deal with them. But it will be easier to deploy the device if someone else is carrying it. I'll need a strong back.
Carry stuff? Yeah, I can do that.
Even if your device works, there will still be Spectre drones, scores of them.
If only we had an army to fight them.
Haben wir doch.
I've got that under control. You'll know when you need to.
Wir haben noch Regal auf unserer Seite, WTF.
We'll meet up again just before we go in. Where's the best place to rendezvous?
On the coast, just across from the island. Once there, I'll show you the way.
Okay. I'll let you know when I arrive at the rendezvous.
Ach, was, lol, echt jetzt?
And then you can join me. In the meantime, do whatever you need to prepare. Understood?
Ach so, lol. Ich dachte, es geht jetzt direkt los. Ja gut.
You too? A minute? Tilda helped me get in touch with Beta, and she told me something important. There's an installation inside the base. It's called a regulator. Here. Once we're inside, I need you two to split off from everyone else and destroy it. So you'll have to bring explosives. This will help stop the drones.
Okay.
Everything depends on it.
Okay.
After that, I want you to find a way to infiltrate the Zenith network.
How?
Go over all the data that Beta left behind. She knew how to do it, I'm sure of that.
All right. But why? What am I trying to do?
Find information about Zenith. Anything Tilda's not telling us. Silence is right about one thing. There's no way we can take her on her word.
I'll do my best.
Keep her safe, okay?
On my life.
Ja, safe mal mit meinen Gefährten reden. Das ist safe. Ja. Hier runter, ja.
I'll be gentle, I promise.
Did you need something? Something else?
Oh,
As you will.
Fabrikationsterminal benutzen. Nee, ich kann nichts. Schade.
everybody's ready for this. Fighting the Zeniths isn't going to be easy.
Aloy, nothing you do ever is. At least now you don't have to do it alone.
Thanks.
Ja, aber das.
Everyone here, training, working together. If it weren't for Varl, none of it would have happened.
You know, there was this one night, right before Varl left with you to go to Gemini. He realized I was having trouble sleeping. I was nervous about the mission. To be honest, I think we both were. So, he asked me to join him in Gaia's dome. He brought up this hologram of Earth that you two found back in the Zenith launch facility. We sat there, just looking at it. I thought about how Plainsong was just a speck on that great sphere. How every corner of it must be teeming with life. And any fears I had about our mission were gone. I miss him terribly.
I know. You and Aaron seem to be on better terms now.
He may have terrible taste in music, but he did apologize for mocking the tribe. And that ale he keeps raving about isn't half bad. I still plan on beating that stubborn face of his to break our sparring stalemate.
Try not to hurt him too bad. I should go.
Before you do,
What is it?
you placed this focus in my care, and gave me the highest calling Utaru has ever known. If I should fall in battle,
Ich glaube, das tut sie.
to be the one to bury my seed pouch. For the both of us.
Also, Kotaro hat Plot Armor wegen der anderen Quest.
Let's just try to all come back home. Okay?
Sie aber eigentlich auch, weil theoretisch hätte ich die Dinger nicht machen müssen. Alva hat keine Ploch, Alva hat auch Plot Armor.
Curtis,
I'd be lying if I said I'm not slightly apprehensive.
the plan will work if we all focus on our assignments.
Right.
The rest rest of us should be enough of a distraction to the Zeniths for you to hack into their network undetected. But you'll have to be quick, in case they do.
What exactly do you expect me to find, Aloy?
I don't know. The truth, if we're lucky. Once all this is over, will you go back across the ocean?
I don't know. The more I think about it, the more afraid I become. If I go back, I don't even know if they'd let me keep this focus you gave me, or what they'd do to me for reading what is clearly forbidden data. Even if I somehow were allowed to carry on my duties as a diviner, would I be willing to let the truths I've learned about the ancestors be buried away by the board of overseers? Would I dare challenge them and risk my family's safety? Or losing Federa?
Who's this Federa you mentioned?
She is another diviner. One of our best. We used to be rivals at the academy. I hated her guts, but apparently there's a fine line between hate and love. We became very close, and then I was assigned to the expedition. She promised she'd wait for me, no matter how long it took.
Well, that was smart of her. She won't do any better.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I do.
The fuck, okay.
I want you to know I'm glad you're with us, Eva.
Whatever happens, I'm grateful that the legacy brought us together. I never thought I'd get to actually meet an ancestor.
Come on, do I look that old?
Hmm.
Katala will protect you inside the Zenith base.
I'm not afraid. I know Katala will fulfill his duty, as will I. If we die doing so, at least it'll be alongside a friend.
Aw.
Stay alive.
We'll try and keep that in mind.
I need to get...
I'll be at the truth leader.
We're finally doing this.
Never thought I'd be off on a mission to take down a bunch of immortals. Stars. I can hear the drinking songs already.
If that one's not working right, you can have one of my spare focuses, you know.
That little bugger's got some personality, that's all. Saved my butt with those specters. Wouldn't feel right to leave it behind now. You know, besides, it goes with my outfit.
Wouldn't want to spoil your look. Borrow
Thanks. Yeah, well. You know, I never knew you had a sister. I found out a few days before you guys went.
Stimmt. Meine Schwester ist mit Elo gestorben und war das mit Elo gestorben.
To be honest, I was terrified I'd screw up the mission somehow. So he sat me down for a drink. Just one. Lawson. How you help me?
You know, we never did get that drink you promised. Price. And you never told me exactly how your sister escaped the Mad Sun King.
I guess we never got round to it. World ending and all. A time like the present, if you're up for it.
You think it's time for us to finally have that drink?
Ja, safe. Ich glaube, Aaron stirbt. Aaron hat keine Plot Armor. Gar keine.
Oh.
So, how did Ursa escape Mad Sun King Dron's palace?
Well, first she had to survive the sun ray. See, during the war, the Karja threw a prisoner a day in there. You know, for what? To die as sacrifices, fighting machines in the day. Thinking somehow that was gonna appease all the other deranged machines in the world? Ha! And when it was Ursa's turn, the Carja thought she'd go down if they threw a big machine at her.
Oh, but she didn't.
And she defeated all of them. Even got some of Jiran's Kestrels for good measure. And the mad Sun King was impressed, I guess. Thought it'd be funny to have her run around his palace as a servant. He enjoyed it. Humiliated her.
I remember you telling me something about that. That's how she met Avad. He helped her escape.
Yeah, but what no Carja scroll will ever tell you is how the young prince snuck Ursa out of the palace. He knew their best chance was to get Ursa to blend in, so he got her everything she needed to disguise herself as a Carja noblewoman. Now you have perfumes, veils, and all.
I get the feeling she wasn't too happy with that.
Oh man, Ursa would have rather fought her way out of that palace with her bare hands, put on all of that Carja eye paint. But Avad insisted on the old way, so she agreed under one condition. Avad had to dress up as well.
She made Avad dress up like a noblewoman?
As perfumed and powdered as a babe. Ursa said he looked better like that than he ever did in a crown.
That would, definitely make for an interesting sight.
Oh, it worked like a charm, too. Not only did they make it out of the palace, they paid a traveling merchant to get Ursa to the border, and none were the wiser.
Das ging sehr schnell. Und gute Decision, dass ich das gemacht habe.
You were right. There was a story best told over a drink.
All good stories are.
Ja. Verabschieden.
Guess I should be going.
I'll see you at the room.
I don't have it in.
There you are. Well, despite my reservations, you managed to secure silence in his weapon. You're truly a shining example of Mrs. Fortitude.
I've been thinking about what you said at your house. How you were friends with Elizabeth. It was more than that, wasn't it?
Perceptive as ever. You're right, we were together for a time.
Okay, so what happened?
I was an orphan. I had always been alone. By my 30s, I was starting to wonder if that was my fate in life. We kept running into each other at conferences. We'd have coffee and some weekends. I thought it was just shop talk. We'd exchange ideas, but then I was surprised at how much I looked forward to seeing her. Soon we were flying halfway across the world every other week just to meet up. For the first time, I didn't feel lonely. I could imagine a future where I wasn't. I think Lucy felt the same way first. She had lost her mother a few years back. I felt a void for her. I know I did. But as time passed, it seemed as though she wanted less. And I wanted more. So we ended things.
So helping me, restoring Elizabeth's dream. It's what?
A second chance, yes. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done both. So when I saw you, a woman who has carved her own remarkable path, beyond even what made Liz a phenomenon, I knew I had to help her. To do right by her.
Yo, story time.
You said before that you're not like the others, Eunice. That you never were. But you went along with all of their plans.
Out of necessity. I'm not proud of it. But complicity became a means of survival, both when Earth was consumed and when the colony on Sirius was destroyed. I did what I had to. But I resolved to remain one step ahead of the others, to try to undo what damage I could. Hence the data channel with Beta. The secret passage into their base and the little trick I pulled to save you.
Okay.
Why did you make the data channel look like your house?
I built that house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place, not just for me, but for the art stored in its depths. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly, some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her. She needed its shelter even more than I did.
Why do you think Elizabeth pulled away?
I've wondered that for 1,000 years. She was brilliant, visionary. She cared so deeply for the world, for the betterment of humanity. But it also felt like she kept everyone at arm's length, including me. She never wanted to share her burdens. I think, in the end, she had a core that she never let anyone be part of. Sometimes I wonder if anyone really knew her.
I found a recording of you and Elizabeth back in the proving lab after Farzinet's attempt to steal Gaia.
Yes. A most unpleasant.
She
God damn.
said something after the call. I think she regretted how things ended between you.
Did she? All this time. Thank you for telling me. I've always hated that those were the last words we ever said to each other. And that her last impression of me was as a functionary of Far Zenith, not who I truly am.
What else can we expect to find in the Zenith base?
As I mentioned in the briefing, our goal will be the command center. That's where Beta and Gaia are being held. There are also printing facilities where the others have been amassing the natural resources they've stripped from the region.
What for?
First for use in the base's infrastructure, and then to fabricate more Spectre drones, a small army of them.
When I was out in the wilds, I saw a shuttle take off from the island, heading for space.
It was likely ferrying materials to and from our ship in orbit. After hundreds of years luxuriating in our digital comforts, the ship was barely space-worthy when we made our escape. Disaster can strike at any moment. We've learned our lesson.
Have you figured out how Silence's weapon works?
No, and he's been very careful not to allow me near it. I'll admit it bothers me, but regardless of how it functions, I am confident it will deactivate the other shields en masse.
How many of them are in the base?
10, including Eric and Gerard. Only a handful of us made it to our ship when our colony collapsed.
God.
So, Eric. Was he always a bloodthirsty psychopath?
I believe he got worse over time. On Earth, he was the founder of a profitable private military company. A band of cutthroats, in other words. Even as governments abandoned human combatants in favor of automated warfare. He found success with clientele that required a more personal touch. There were also rumors that he personally hunted and killed his targets.
Okay.
On occasion, all for the thrill of it. But on Sirius, he retreated to virtual reality simulations. In them, he could go on rampages as violent as he pleased, though I suspect with diminishing satisfaction.
Okay, so.
What can you tell about Gerard.
Aber Story fertig
He was the
machen.
head of the world's largest financial conglomerate, and as such had dealings with almost
Ich
everyone.
mache hier nochmal eine Pause und dann fliege ich
It
dahin.
made him one of the wealthiest people on Earth, and certainly the wealthiest among Far Zenith.
What does one person do with that much money?
Buy more power, more influence. Gerard's always believed himself to be a refined patrician, able to maintain control with a polished smile. But beneath that exterior is a cold and calculating operator. It was his decision to restrict Beta's upbringing to her digital educators, the avatars of the Apollo database, while we were painted as her benefactors.
Well, we'll deal with him soon enough. And the others.
I would very much like to see his face when he realizes we've beaten him.
When I was in the ruins of Vegas, I found data on a man named Stanley Chen. I think he was a Zenith.
Stanley, ever the optimist. He was one of the good ones. When we established our colony, he built an exact replica of Las Vegas in virtual reality. Lights, shows, gambling, every detail perfectly recreated. And while others cloistered themselves in their own fantasies, he flung his doors wide to everyone.
The way you're talking about him, I'm guessing he didn't make it back to Earth.
No, he perished when our colony was destroyed. He would have been thrilled to discover that part of his beloved city survived.
When Beta escaped and hid in an ancient research facility, I saw another one of the Zeniths, Urbana. Who was she?
A dull star amidst a sea of brighter constellations. Unlike most of Far Zenith's members who amassed their wealth through shrewd business deals and technological achievements, Urbana inherited her weapons. Her father had achieved great success in the luxury holotourism industry. At age 24, she became the world's most eligible bachelorette, branding herself a life designer. Someone who leverages their fame to influence the choice of others.
Like a cult?
In a way, yes.
Well, she must have done something right to have survived this long.
She was her own brand of ruthless. That much is true. But even rats can cling to a vessel for escape.
Okay, so I've had run-ins with a handful of Zeniths. What about the rest?
An array of the wealthiest people on Earth. Titans of their industries.
Well, let me guess. All selfish, ruthless to the core.
Most, but not all. There were a few with whom I got along. Annika Merjani, for instance, was always delightful. She founded the Holonet's most successful dance channel and was herself mesmerizing to watch. And I had fascinating discussions with Song Jiao about her work in cellular biology. Our immortality treatments are due in part to her achievements. But then there were others like Devin Miller, the CEO of a fast food printing corporation. His only real preoccupations were perfecting his golf swing and taking self-hollows. When I think about all of us, we really should have accomplished more. We had eternity.
Ja.
Okay. I'll let you know when it's time.
I'll be here until then. And thank you, Aloy, for giving me this chance. My past is up more than once I've lost everything. I see Liz's dream fulfilled. A universe of new possibilities.
You can make it happen.
We will. I won't let anything get in the way. I promise you that.
Elizabeth and Tilda had a history. The more I learn about her life, the more complicated it seems. I guess she saw something good in Tilda. I don't know what exactly, but it seems like it was enough. For a while, at least.
Max.
Keep thinking. It's just gonna be sad.
Warte mal. Das ist Wahnsinn. So. Da, der mit dem Symbol.
So, how are we feeling about the mission?
I do not know everything that you have planned, but it doesn't matter. All that remains is to follow you to the end, whatever that will be.
Thank you, Katalo. I'm glad all this brought us together.
You brought us together, and I am grateful too.
We didn't really get to talk about what happened at Gemini.
There was nothing more to say. If he were to Noct, Varl's bravery would have earned him sacred burial at the Grove, among the most distinguished of our tribe's warriors. His deeds were worthy of the Ten. When the fight is done, I will have the Inkers etch his memory on my skin, so that it may live on.
I'm sure he'd be honored. Now that training time is over, what's on your mind?
The Bulwark, the Kulrut, and how we need another miracle if we're to survive the Zenith base.
I'll try not to let you down.
I know you will not.
I'll see you soon.
It will be...
Perfekt, no. Ja. Da geht's raus. Regale.
What do you want?
Oh. I guess this door's unlocked now. This must have been Beta's private room.
Hey, boy. If you were listening to this, then, things didn't go as planned at Gemini. I know you'll keep your promise. Which means I must be dead. Well, that sounds familiar, doesn't it? But what's happened since you found me in that ectogenic chamber? Thank you, Eloy. You've been my shelter. And I would risk it all again to be by your side. I know you'll find a way forward. That's what you do.
I'm sorry, Beta. But I'm getting you back, no matter what it takes.
Krass. So, kurzes Lesen. Welche verschlossene Tür? fuck? Wo geht's hier hin? Okay, warte mal, das muss ich kurz lösen hier. Na gut. I think it's time to strike.
That's all.
Leave. Okay, ist ja gut.
Well, cold enough for us, no?
Don't let the pretty landscapes fool you. It's deadly out there.
Oh Mann, ey. Okay, dann sehen wir uns gleich irgendwann wieder.